Wait, listen to this. Once upon a time, in a certain town, there lived a family. They were known not to be eating the head and the tail of a fish. Whenever they are cooking, they always cut off the head and the tail of the fish. No one knows why. A certain child in the family began to ask why. Why is it that we don't eat the head and the tail of a fish? The mother said, I don't know. My mother was not eating it, so we do not eat it. So in a quest to find out why, because the boy's curiosity was greater than his fears, he traveled down to the village and met the grandmother and said, Grandmother, why is it that we do not eat the head and the tail of the fish? The grandmother said, I don't know. My own mother do not eat the head and the tail of the fish. Luckily for the boy, the great grandmother was still alive. They went to the great grandmother and they said, Great grandmother, why is it that we do not eat the head and the tail of a fish? The great grandmother said, it is not a tradition. It's just that when we were growing up, we were so poor that we could not afford a comfortable pot. We were cooking with a little pot that could not contain all the fish, with the food included. So in order for us to take the lion's share of the fish, we take out the part of the fish that is not necessary. So we take out the head and the tail and put the body of the fish and eat. It is not that it's a tradition. So you can eat the head of the fish. That was when they realized that them not eating the head and the tail of the fish was not a tradition or a culture. Okay? And them eating it is not a taboo. Now listen to the man's story. Most of the things we do today in the society that we tagged culture and tradition were actually born out of people's perception, born out of the fact that people could not afford a certain thing. Most of the things that some communities do not eat today, maybe there was a certain person in their culture that ate it and had some allergy, and then he said, this is not good for this community. Hence, everyone stops eating it. That is why we say culture was made by man, and culture can be made by man if culture tends to destroy man. Let man destroy that culture that tends to destroy man before that culture that tends to destroy man destroys man before shedding blood. Any culture that is barbaric must go, or the culture that tends to destroy man must be destroyed before it destroys man without shedding blood. Remember, Africa, that everything you see is an opinion, perception. It's only factual when it can be attributed to our daily lives. For Wisdom Africa, it's a principal thing.